And GE Digital here, we feel like it's strong foundation to the house.
Yeah, absolutely. As we were, executing phase one of the project, it was evaluating 3 different software packages. And when it came down to it, all 3 were perfectly capable of solving the problem, but then it came down to complexity and ease of configuration plus long-term maintenance. So with the other 2, and not to bash them or anything, one was many more pieces of software that needed licensed and maintained and the data stitched together, and the other we all just felt like wasn't quite ready for prime time for the scale that PPG needs to grow at the speed that they want to grow. So GE's out-of-the-box capabilities really shine through in that assessment phase.
Yes, I think timing was good, first of all, right? You heard in the video that we were starting a new product line and we were getting all new machines and a new process in a new part of the plant. So it was a good time to say, and really our manufacturing director brought it up as well, which is always great when the IT person doesn't have to be the only one thinking of it. So, they said, hey, we're bringing in all these new machines. Let's make sure that we have a SCADA or some sort of system that's going to be tracking data. So that did transform as we learned more about the process and what they were looking for. And with Tod's help and GrayMatter's help, we realized we don't actually need a SCADA. We need a historian and we need a manufacturing execution system. So that was where we started. We went through the software selection process, and it was all a pretty quick timeline because as we were working, they were working on getting the first parts made in this new plant. They were building parts of the plant. So it's been a really interesting journey. It went live, back in July, I believe, at our first site. And they're still trying to perfect the part, so some of it's not as fast as we had hoped, but they're replicating it in another plant. And then now me in my new role, I'm trying to take that momentum and implement the same historian and MES in our other business units that make not the same product as aerospace, but make paints and coatings.
Right, so scaling at speed, that's what we've been talking about the whole day. So Tod, take us through some of the tech in this and what we're actually doing behind the scenes here so that people have a good understanding when they get into a manufacturing execution project. What are they getting into, what's first needed, and how does this roll out?
Sure, so maybe just a little background. The site that we're working with right now is a very discrete manufacturing facility. So unlike a lot of our customers that are doing consumer packaged good, thousands of products a day or maybe even an hour, we're talking 15 to 30 parts a month. So things are moving very slow, 20 to 40 hour cycle times in a given process, but we're tracking the product through every step of the operation. So when PPG first reached out and we were talking SCADA, what I usually start with is, do you need a SCADA to control your process or not? And what we quickly found is the answer was no, right? In discrete manufacturing, often the equipment is already capable of running by itself. It's more about collection of the data from that equipment and then tying it to the production process. So through the first phase of the project, I think we all kind of realized that MES is really what was needed, along with historian. So we started with the IT team working on VLAN segmentation and server requirements and then software selection. How are we going to put the software in place? And then connecting the machines. So setting IP addresses and getting Ethernet cables run and working with the OEMs. Again, it was all brand new equipment. So we were able to say, hey, Mr. Equipment Builder, will you change your PLC code so we can collect the data when it comes in? And then we coupled up with the manufacturing engineering team to say, okay, how are you going to make the product? We make the MES mimic the process so that every step along the way we can capture the KPIs that need to be captured. Who's making it, what day, week, time, but as well the oven temperatures or measurements or machine parameters that are critical to making a good part.